Fire located behind me, obviously, at the Packinghouse. At first it was, we believe, Packinghouse Cafe, which is the restaurant that's still intact. There's a Packinghouse warehouse and working area and maybe even some apartments that are behind that area. And those were the buildings that were actually on fire when we arrived.
What's inside the warehouse?
There's a number of things inside the warehouse. There's some businesses inside there. There's some old leftover things from when it was the packing house for the celery fields that used to be here, stuff like that.
What kind of items, though?
I'm not sure about all items.
Chief, any firefighters at this point?
There are no injuries that are reported from either firefighters or anyone else that may be on scene. We were not able to do any type of search of the building to see if there was any victims inside. The fire was too far involved when we arrived.
Chief, you just went to 6 alarms. What does that mean to a viewer, people who don't know the fire industry?
Right. Every time we call an alarm brings additional resources to the scene. Obviously, when we call more alarms, that's going to tax our area for Sarasota County. So we're working with the local other departments in the area to come and also give resources to us, which is an extra ladder truck, which is an aerial device that puts water up in the air, and then also some coverage for some of the fire stations that are being used here.
Can you describe how bad the fire was when you guys first pulled up to the scene?
The fire was involved one of the entire warehouses that ran about 200 feet long towards the interstate from the roadway. The entire roof was on fire at the time we arrived.
What made this such an enormous fire? What fed the flames?
I don't know. We arrived to have that amount of fire, and we're currently working on putting out the fire. We'll have an investigator come in, and we'll take a look at everything after the fact.
Chief, for the drivers along I-75, what do you tell them? Some of the smoke is obviously going along the interstate.
Yes, we initially contacted FHP. FHP sent a trooper over to the interstate. They are currently working that side for making sure that the interstate is safe and the roadway is passable.
Is the fire in any way affecting nearby businesses right now, or do you have it contained?
We have the fire contained to the area that was on fire. We don't anticipate any spreading to any other structures in the immediate area.
Any apartments?
There could have been apartments involved in some of them. I would have to get that information.
And how were you guys initially notified to the fire?
We received a 911 call at 4:52 this morning.
There was a loss.
I'm sorry?
You can estimate the loss?
The warehouses that were on fire are a total loss.
Other residents? There was a fire. There was a family that was rescued earlier this morning. Apparently they were trapped inside. Can you take us back? What happened there?
I don't have any information on that right now.
What's going on now?
Right now we're in the process of making sure, again, the fire is going out, making sure it doesn't extend to the restaurant or any other buildings around, and we're just trying to put it out as quickly as possible with our aerial devices.
People always want to know how fires start. I know it's very early, but do you have any initial indication how this one might have started?
I don't have any indications. Under investigation. We called the state to come in and take a look and assist us with investigation.
Chief, is this the largest fire you've ever worked?
No.
Bigger than the 6 alarm?
Yes.
What does it take to put out a fire like this magnitude?
You need a lot of resources. You need a lot of personnel. Obviously, with the humidity factor and everything, we have to have extra personnel come to the scene. We have them in rehab. We have them in staging. So if we need those resources, we can call on them as soon as we need them. Again, that's just making sure that we have enough resources to take care of the incident.
How many firefighters do you have out here?
Approximately 80 firefighters at this time.
It looks like some of them are getting some treatment now. I guess you have the Sarasota County buses are here as well, just so they can sit in the AC.
That's correct. We are working with emergency management from Sarasota County. We have a really good working relationship between all the entities within Sarasota. We call for SCAT buses, Sarasota County Area Transit, and any other resources we may need that the incident commander is calling for.
What's the next step at this point? I think you got fire marshals on scene.
Well, the fire investigator is not on scene yet. We have called for them. They have to arrive. Right now, we're concerned with putting out the fire. We'll take care of all of that after the fire is out and everybody's safe and everything's good.
Thank you very much.
Chief, thanks for your time.
How damaged is the cafe next door?
We're looking at that. There is some damage to the restaurant. We're looking at how much damage there is. Again, we're making sure that the fire does not extend into the restaurant. There is some damage to the outside of the restaurant.
All right, that's all.